was young, they told me I should put the pencil away. I gotta color the picture because
You're listening to the Pickleball Lounge podcast, Toledo's home for all things pickleball. News, tips, and local action served weekly. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Pickleball Lounge podcast. I'm your host, Eli Williams. And before we get too far into it, we're going to give you a couple of quick announcements. One, if you're not following us on social media, do that. We're going to be having a giveaway here soon. That'll be announced on Facebook or Instagram, not on the podcast specifically. So follow us on there. Subscribe to the YouTube if you're not already. Secondly, Glass City Pickleball Association is having their next event August 24th, and the following championship week is September 21st. So if you're not registered for the 24th, I recommend you do so now. The men's side filled up rather quickly this time, having 24 teams. How it's going to work this time, if you've already played an event and your partner has as well, you're guaranteed a spot most likely, depending on how well you did. But because of how packed it's going to be, there's going to be a little bit of a cutoff when it comes to the points. So register now, get your chance to get in now. I myself thought it was a great tournament. This was the first one I played in. I got fifth with my partner. It was one of the harder tournaments I've been in. Great talent. Isaac and I played good all day. Then we ran into some really hard teams. It's a long day. But I'm actually here with Jim Bronson, who took second this week, and I believe you won first place in the very first one they did, correct?
Yeah.
So tell us a little about your experience with Bill's tournament. I know the second week you were set to play, then you cut your hand open.
Yeah, I had an injury, so I was supposed to play with Truitt. So we were going to play this one together, and then he had a vacation or whatever that he missed, wrong on the date. So but I had a good partner. I mean, the tournament went well. It was a long day. It's tiring by the end, of course, and tough to eat. Take care of yourself properly. I mean, I wish we would have. We didn't. We got beaten.
Do you think the long day has anything to do with it?
Yeah. Especially when you're 53 like me, right?
Sure.
But I probably made a mistake. I didn't eat lunch. I should have ate lunch. I didn't.
Yeah, it's with 6 courts. I think there's 6 courts or 8. Yeah, 6 courts. There's 24 men's team and I think 8 women's team. You have 32 teams altogether. It's hard to pack all in one day, but honestly, Bill does a pretty solid job at running it.
Yeah, there's no empty courts sitting around. They keep it going.
Yeah, you can get there an hour early, warm up. You get 5 minutes before you play, I'm pretty sure, and then and something that I'm not used to. You're used to this, but refs on most courts, although they're not doing as much as like PPA refs and stuff like that, they're at least there to help.
Yeah, I mean, at a tournament, a ref normally all they do is call the score and watch for foot faults. If you don't agree with the call, you can appeal to them. I mean, other than that, I mean, that's basically what those guys are doing.
Right.
Whoever's reffing.
Yeah, I got to ref your game. Your partner was Evan, correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah, against Parker and his partner, which it's always, obviously you wish you were in your shoes because you're still alive in the tournament, but watching it, you get to learn a little bit more being that close. Kind of, most people know you locally, but the people that don't, you're Toledo's only pro, correct?
Technically, I
guess, yeah. I mean, you're on a senior pro team.
Yeah.
No one else can say they're on any pro team, right? So tell us, you've been pro how long now?
This is my second season, I guess, if you want to call it that. So second year.
So how does someone your age get into pickleball first off and then go pro in it that quick?
So I played racquetball my whole life, and then racquetball's kind of dwindled out, right? Like, there's not a lot of people playing it anymore. And I like to travel, playing tournaments. I like to compete, and there's some other guys that I knew from racquetball that started playing pickleball, and kind of when racquetball was kind of dying out, I asked him, I said, where do you play pickleball at? So then I went actually to Strawberry Acres, borrowed a paddle, tried it, and then
came natural to you.
Became addicted, right?
Sure.
Basically, pretty quick, like everybody else does.
Yeah, is there something you pick up right away? Obviously, you've got one of the most killer backhand shots around from racquetball.
Yeah,
Um,
it helps.
Yeah, well, yeah. Do you think I've had tennis players on here before that, tennis players have a humongous drive, right?
Mhm.
Would you rather the humongous drive or the racquetball wrist?
Uh, Tennis players probably have a better advantage for some parts. Like they know how to spin the ball, right? So the spin equals control. For me, in racquetball, you hit the ball flat. So that's not really that ideal in pickleball, right?
Right.
You can hit it hard and flat if it's above the net, but and that and an ATP is the only thing that came from racquetball. Because in ATP, most people are in a hurry to hit it. I'm not afraid to let it, till it's 2 inches off the ground to hit
True.
it, and
That's a
it
good
gives you a
point.
better angle, right? That's why that shot is comfortable. But the rest of it, I mean, footwork applies to any sport, right? So anybody who came from any sport, footwork is
Right.
number one. But the actual strokes, I mean, tennis players also have a disadvantage because usually their strokes are big, and in pickleball, that's not good. And
Right.
everybody has to adapt, right? But,
Do you notice or target people that have poor footwork? Do you notice it pretty
for sure.
quick?
Yeah.
Like I know when I played against you in the past, it always go to my left foot because it never never moves for some reason.
Well, I mean, if you see someone's, if you're, I mean, that's the whole goal, right? You try to open a spot, right? 'Cause I don't know. That's the cool thing about pickleball. You don't have to be some super athlete to be good at it.
Sure.
So, but I think you have to learn what the other person's doing just as the game goes, right?
Right.
Depending on what you see or what they give you.
Yeah. Well, like I announced you as pro, which you are, and everyone thinks, oh, he's playing pro pickleball. He must do nothing but pickleball. Is that true?
No.
Quite
I do
the
a lot of
opposite.
pickleball, but I have a job, right? I mean,
Sure.
there's no way. I mean, you don't even make enough to offset the cost of this, right?
Okay.
Like, I think the I don't know. I would be guessing, but in the PPA, like for an example, right? I'm gonna guess maybe the top 20 are actually, or maybe the signed PPA players are making enough to survive, right? But top 20 are making money, right?
Right.
The rest of them are just surviving, right?
Okay.
That's what I think. I mean,
Most
by the time you travel and all that, unless you have some endorsement from a paddle company or whatever, but once again, those are the top 20, 30
Right.
players, right? The rest of them are scraping by, right? Just trying to get to the next tournament, but now they're changing it so you have to win your money.
so it's even harder now.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what we do. You play senior pro. If I usually do APPs when I'm not doing MPL, and the APPs they pay decent money to the senior pros, so that's where most of them go. Right? PPA has senior pro, but it's not as popular because you just don't take care of them as well.
Okay. So it's not as luxurious as most people think then, right?
Yeah, I mean, sign up on pro, you pay a more entry fee, get to go in a tent, and they got lunch and stuff, but
That's about it.
you got to go win your money, right? Like, if
So-
you don't win, you don't get paid, right?
So essentially, you're on your own when it comes to travel, entry fee, and places to stay.
Basically, yeah.
And not even saying that Toledo's a bad location for pickleball. I think it's getting better. But we don't have many pro events near us. I think what's the closest?
No.
Maybe Cincinnati. Yeah.
Well,
So-
I go 2 weeks, Midland, Michigan. There's an APP I'll be at.
Okay. So that's what, an hour from us.
Yeah, I think it's like 2.5 hours.
Okay.
Actually.
Well, still,
It's a
yeah,
little hike. I still
yeah.
have to go hotel. Right?
yeah.
Friday, Saturday at a hotel.
And it's obviously coming out of your pocket. You're working
Oh, yeah.
40 hours a week to be a pro pickleball player,
Yeah.
which most people, at least this was me, most people thought as soon as you're a pro pickleball player, that's all you did.
That just means you signed up in pro.
Right. Okay. So you have a high enough duper to be pro, essentially, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could sign up in pro, right? Anybody can sign up in
Oh,
it,
okay.
right? But
No, I didn't know that.
you're gonna get, you're not gonna last long in the tournament, right?
Sure.
Unless your ability's there.
So I could technically sign up for a pro event right now and mark myself as a pro player, sitting at a
Sure. Well,
4.5
not a PPA
duper.
because you have to be a signed
A
player.
signed,
But like in an
okay.
APP, you could.
Okay.
If the draw's not full, right?
So which ones, the APP and the PPA, which would you recommend someone that's coming up and has the talent to be pro for them to follow.
Well, I mean, PPA has like a challenger thing now for the younger people, but you could do that or APP. Any of them, right? You just need reps with the high level players.
Right. Which I think that is something that players around here lack is high competition play. I mean, obviously we have our high end players.
We have a handful of high level players, but none of them have a lot of experience
outside of us.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you go up to even Ann Arbor, and it seems maybe a little bit better play because I think it's a little bit bigger than us, possibly. But then you go to Cincinnati, where it's a lot different.
Yeah, but also, I don't think it's much different, to be honest. I think until you travel and like, so you know me, so we go play each other, kind of know what I'm gonna do, right? Well, if you didn't know me, and you came, well, if you didn't know me though, and you played me, it would be tougher, right?
Yeah.
So you need the experience to go learn how to
combat
deal with
other
people's
players.
games, right?
Yeah. Which I've talked about that. I think Connor was on here. It's just experience against other people's shots. Even though I know a good shot's coming, it's still impossible to read when I play against you. Then you go somewhere else, and it's like, this guy's hitting shots I've never seen before. But again, it's the same level of play. It's just something I'm not used to. They have an advantage to.
Yeah, and then there's an art to playing in tournaments, like taking care of yourself during the day. What do you got to do to prepare for tomorrow? It's a whole thing, right? It's a competition thing. It doesn't matter what sport it is. You have to learn how to take care of yourself so you can be at your best.
Is that something you kind of live by? Because I played Sunday, and that obviously is a long day. I was 2 full matches in, so I think it was 6 games in. My legs were starting to like.
Oh yeah.
As soon as I sat down, I could feel the fatigue start to set in, and then I sat for an hour between the next match because there's so much going on. It's just luck of the draw at that point. I could feel my muscles start to cramp. I don't go for shots that I know I should go for because I'm tired. What do you do to kind of combat it?
It becomes mental too, then, right?
Sure.
It's just like you and Sean were playing, or
me and Isaac.
Yeah, you and Isaac were playing or whatever, and I gave you some advice on what to do, right? I mean, you can just see it, but it's easier for me to see when I'm watching than when you're in it, right? But Sean was another one. It was 1-0. I didn't know the score. I walked up. He was breathing heavy. I'm like, time out,
Yeah.
Get your breath. But he's also a little bit older.
Yeah.
And he's playing. You guys are young, right? So there's a difference in recovery time. You have a couple hard rallies, 3 or 4 hard rallies. Take a time out. You're winded, right? Like that's part of learning how to play.
Well, yeah. You go play from rec here, like just for fun. Points are a lot shorter because you're going for this or that shot, whether it's good or not. The rally's over rather quickly. Then you go to tournaments, and it seems like everyone plays the safe game. Yeah. Rallies last, 15% longer. I'm not used to that. We'll have rallies sometimes that go long. I'm sure you're used to it. By now, 40 hit rallies and stuff like that. Is it something like you have to prepare for? You said mentally, but physically, what do you do to stay ready for a whole day?
Know how much, kind of know what you need to eat, you need to drink, right? Like I said, we talked before the podcast started. I didn't eat lunch Sunday, which was a mistake by me, right? I should have ate something.
Yeah.
I did have a smoothie.
There we go.
But I didn't have enough calories, right?
Yeah.
I got tired at the end. That was a mistake.
I remember first playing with you, and you told me the importance of stretching, and then obviously I didn't take that into accountability. Now I'm weekly at the chiropractor now, trying to work this problem out in my back. So I'm like, I stretch now every morning, every afternoon, evening, and I feel somewhat better. But it's so important. I feel like it's underrated.
Yeah, I mean, if you take pro tennis, like a pro tennis player comes off the court, he gets a massage. Somebody stretches him, right? Like just because he's a pro doesn't, or just because you're not Novak Djokovic doesn't mean you don't need that.
That's very true.
Right.
I'll take a massage.
You just don't have somebody that does it for you. You don't have the money to pay professionals to do it. You just have to do it yourself.
Right.
Right.
So
it still needs to be done.
Let's go back to the pro part, because I think that's that's an aspect that most guests can't give us. Like you told us, it's not as luxurious as you think it is. As but tell me your advice. I'm going to ask you. This will be twofold. I'm going to ask you your advice to the 15-year-old that's trying to go pro, and someone that's 25, 6, 27 trying to go pro. That 10-year gap is a big deal when it comes to pro pickleball.
Sure.
So what's the 15-year-old advice?
Uh, it would be hard to explain to a 15-year-old like what the opportunity really is, right?
Right.
Like, they don't quite understand it. I mean, basically, I would say at 15, like, go for it, right? Like, what do you got to lose?
Right.
You never know if you don't try.
Yeah.
And then when you get to 27, 28, you're not going to get too many more opportunities.
Right.
The way it's set up now, like, until you're 50 again, like me, you don't get a shot,
Right.
right? Like,
You got to be in the lower, like the obviously they're both pro, but you have to be in the pro main draw, right?
yeah, I mean, if you're a 27-year-old former, college tennis player or something like that, like, you got a better chance, right? But it's tough. And the more pickleball becomes popular, getting crazy, right? Like,
Yeah.
the tournaments are huge. So many good players.
Yeah.
Like, even the senior pros for us, every year new people turn 50, right? So
True.
less and less spots for us
Yeah.
to have, basically.
Do you find it harder for I'm saying older as in 26? I'm 27. I feel like it's harder for me to go pro now than it was maybe 5 years ago because it's the sport's getting younger.
Yeah. Well, I didn't play 5 years ago, so I don't know that for sure. But I mean, even from when I started, I guess in October it'll be 3 years. But just watch the pros now, or say the PPA, for example, because everybody watches that. For someone to start and make a name for themselves is way tougher now than it was 3 years ago. It seems like.
Oh yeah, it really does. And you can kind of attest to this. Most pros still now are giving lessons, correct? Like as a form
sure.
of payment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something you do, or obviously you still work your full-time job, but
Yeah, I have done lessons and stuff, and I would like to start doing it more, but I'm going to be honest, between working and then playing on the Columbus Hot Shots and training myself, and there's only so many hours in a day.
right,
So.
yeah. Is become being a pro, like I don't know, what do you have, like certain things you have to do for the team, or just it's show up, play, practice when you need to?
I mean, we'll do clinics, or we've done some just some special event type things. That's one reason that I'm on Columbus, is because I'm fairly close, right? So, like, they did a pro-am thing. So, Jeff McKnight, the owner, calls me and says, "Hey, can you make it on this date?" Part of my, I don't have to go, but
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
So,
Is it become, does it wear you out at all? Like obviously the pros that are in the PPA, they're traveling a ton. Like they just did 4 MOP events in 5 weeks or something like that.
yeah.
And then they're right back to, I think, Bristol or something like that for the PPA this week. I obviously it's not as extensive as that, but you're also working 40 hours. Does it ever become where you're like, I don't know, maybe I won't do this anymore? Or is it enjoyable enough to be like,
It's a way worth it.
okay, it's good to know. I think it's a lot of people do. Well, no one knows it besides you in this area, what you have to do, your mandates that you have to do per the team. Is there, obviously you play for the Hot Shots, but do you ever just do like regular APP events or PPA? You still do those?
Yeah, so just as an example, so this week, Thursday morning, I fly to Austin, Texas for an NPL event for Columbus Hot Shots. So, but Thursday I'll fly in the morning. I'll do a practice session in the afternoon, and Friday I think we practice noon to 2:30, and then there's like a party, like a gathering, everybody, a social thing for the whole league, and I play 2 team matches Saturday, 2 team matches Sunday. Fly back Monday morning, back to work, right? So, and then the following week, 2 weeks in a row, I'll go to Midland. So I'll leave Friday, probably after work, because not that far, right?
Right.
And play all day Saturday, all day Sunday.
And back to work.
Yep. And then I'll have 1 week off, and then next week I'll go to Chicago for the weekend for another APP.
It would seem like it would. Well, what I don't know. I'm going to take that back. It doesn't sound like it's too much because it's pickleball. Like you'll do a lot of stuff just to go play pickleball personally. Sure. You know what I mean? Let alone having the chance to bring money home. Are most of those tournaments you have to win it all to bring money home, or first through third gets it?
No, so an MPL event, for example, they pay the top. You win the weekend, your team gets paid, right? But it's a team.
Okay.
The team thing, right? So, can't remember the amounts. I think the winning team gets like $10,000, right? But then you have 14 players on the team, and then at the finals, I can't remember what that was last year. I don't know. Each got like $1,200, $1,300 or something like that.
Yeah.
And we got second.
Okay.
So double that for the winners.
Okay. So I didn't have you think about this question, but does the wife ever be like, it's too much, or is she all for it? Depends the days. Yeah.
She does travel with me sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. So
just depends the week.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot worse things I could be doing with my time.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I've talked about it on here before, just playing rec play too much, and my wife will be like, all right, that's enough pickleball for the rest of the week.
You still have a young child at home, though.
Yeah, I've got two, and it's even worse with two, I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, my kids are, older than you, so.
Yeah, fair. You're living everyone's dream at your age, you're still working a job that I assume you enjoy somewhat.
Oh, yeah.
And then you get to go play pickleball in your free time, and you get to travel and see a bunch of places.
Sure.
Is part of being on the Hot Shots, do you like it, obviously because you're playing pickleball, but the camaraderie your team brings, is that a big deal to you?
Yeah. It's honestly, I would rather go to a team event way before a regular tournament. It's fun, but it's not anything.
It's just, it's kind of like the MLP for the pro players. It's the energy that it brings seems a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you did the MLP at Black's Barn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it means something,
right? Which again, in that your team beat us in the finals, so that besides the point. Yeah,
you have that.
Yeah, I think the team aspect, because you have your bench rooting for you, it kind of gets you out of your head a little bit. I think that's a big deal. When you're picking your partner for the bigger events, when it's just you and your partner, what are you looking for in your partner when you select them?
Somebody you get along with, somebody you play well with, right? Your styles work together. You got to get along with them, right? Like,
sure.
You could play great together, but if we don't like each other, it's not gonna, it's gonna be good if we're winning. But as soon as you have a bad moment, it's gonna get rough. So
you think chemistry over skill a lot of the times?
Yeah, for sure. I would personally
think that, like if a team doesn't have as much skill as you and your partner do, but you and your partner don't get along well, they have a better chance at beating you, even if the skill isn't there.
Oh, you mean if you have better chemistry?
Yes.
And you have a better chance of being playing at your 100% of your ability,
sure.
Right?
Yeah. I think even when doing the MLP, you all four have to kind of gel together, or it's. I remember at the very beginning, and I don't think they'll mind me sharing this at all. Like our group, I played with Rob, Sean, Shepard, and Bill, which we have never ever played all together at once before. So it was all like, you're meeting someone new for the first time, essentially, even though you've known them. We all had different play styles. You played with Rob before. You know how Rob is. He's vocal. Some people don't like people who are vocal, so we had to gel together. And we were, I don't know, maybe middle of the pack. And then we started doing team practices together more often, and we ended up second the whole time. And I think that's just chemistry along the way. Yeah. Whenever we had a problem, we addressed it. We got it out in the open. Even it's awkward at times.
Yeah.
Your team's a team of 14. I'm sure there's something going on at one time or another, but
I mean, our team's been pretty good, luckily.
that is lucky.
You do hear stories about other teams. I try to stay out of it, but
Yeah.
so and so doesn't like this or whatever. But I mean, it's like any other team. We go out to eat on Saturday night after we play as a team, right? So it's like team bonding type.
Yeah. I think it's almost you have to do that. No chemistry can be built outside of that. I wouldn't think. So when you're playing, you're traveling a lot. Are you playing singles at all ever?
No.
You're past your singles era?
I mean, yeah, I don't enjoy it as much.
Right. Who does? Not me.
I mean,
Truett maybe.
Will.
Yeah, well, they're also very good at it. That's I mean, again, both of them have the tennis background. My racket sport was ping pong. If I played singles, all I had to do was move one step to the right or one step to the left, which obviously advantaged them when it comes to singles. So you're traveling around, blah blah blah. You take your wife when you can. Is it come to the point where you're like, maybe I should move locations for better pickleball? Has it ever come in the back of your mind?
I mean, it would be nice to be by people, but to be honest, like, just for an example, my NPL team, there's 14 of us, right? You have, see if I can get this right, you have a player from Cleveland, 2 from Columbus. So those are the close ones. Then we have Oregon, Arizona, Utah, I think Virginia.
So you've got players
They're
all over the country,
right? Like, you're never gonna. Nobody lives in
the perfect
ideal
spot,
pods,
right? Unless you're
Like
deep
you
in the
hear
heart of
that
Texas.
from the PPA players because they're young and they can just pick up and move, right?
Very true.
I mean, there's plenty of good players around you. It's like you remember the first time you played when you're like, man, how do I get in that group, right?
Yeah.
Those groups just keep going.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get off the pro track because you have a very interesting background when it comes. You raced motocross for some time. You did some stuff with handguns competitively and RC cars. Give us a breakdown on all that because those are so random, but yet so interesting. So to give us the motocross because that's a big deal.
Motocross was like a little bit later in life for me because like when I was growing up, it was something my mom was not hip on, So when I had my own money, I actually started racing right before my son was born in mid-90s. And then basically it was just after my son was born. So then when he, that's what he did when he grew up. And I told him the day you get your training wheels off your bicycle, here we go, So
dirt bikes.
I bought him a dirt bike, right? So, but I wouldn't say I was ever any good at it. I mean, I was decent, right? But but it's a challenge for sure. It's physical. And then the reason I don't ride anymore is I'm not willing to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, that's high risk.
Heavy consequences.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially at my age, you don't even have to crash to get hurt, right?
Yep.
Like you're always hurting.
Yeah.
Physical.
We used to do it out at Maumee State Forest. My grandpa, my dad, and I. But my grandpa downshifted for whatever reason. His foot got stuck on a tree root.
Okay.
And it flipped him over his bike. Both his rotator cuffs were gone. On the helmet, there's the bill that goes out in front. Was spun on the back of his helmet. That was the last time he ever rode. Dirt bikes. He still owns motorcycles, obviously.
You've seen my leg, right? So when we play pickleball, that's where I got that. Was
really?
Right. So
I didn't know that.
That's part of it, right?
It's
not when you're gonna get hurt, or it's not if you're gonna get hurt. It's when and how bad. Right?
Yeah.
That's just the reality of that game.
Okay. So give us again, very interesting, but also very random. The RC cars. I tried. I think I looked you up on Instagram, and which you're not very active on, but it was I think when you posted was RC cars. So how do you get into that?
Well, It was when I was a teenager. I was getting in a little trouble. My dad said I needed a hobby, and so that's what he got me started in that. And my uncle did it, and I had a friend that lived behind me that had one, and we just kind of screwed around with them. Then you find out you can race these.
Competitively?
Oh yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah.
Wow.
The next thing you know, you're going all over the place. Like I was probably like when I was 16, I worked at a hobby store part time so I could pay for it, help pay for it and stuff. And then 17, I think it was about 17, I got my first sponsorship or whatever. And then I used to go all over the place just like I do pickleball now, right? And then,
I didn't know you could get sponsored in that type
yeah,
of sport.
yeah, like there's a kid from Michigan, his name's Aiden Horn, and I grew up racing with his dad, and his dad was really good, and that's his full-time job is RC
Really?
cars.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Who would have? Well, obviously you know, but who would have thought? I've seen people who like they'll have their RC cars and it's so fast that it's out of eye shot in like seconds.
Yeah, it's crazy with the batteries and stuff. Yeah, everything's
It's crazy. Yeah.
But it's just like anything else, right? Like, till you get into it, you don't realize how far it actually goes. I mean, I did pretty good at times, but I got to the point where I would get like product for free and stuff like that, but I never got like a paid position. Those are
Okay.
slim and very few get a paid position. Right?
Just like
There's a handful. There's a couple. There's actually 3 guys that live in Michigan that's what they do.
okay. So it's possible.
Oh, for sure.
And now well, I don't know if it's now, but you shot guns competitively as well.
Yeah.
How did we get into that? You're a man of many trades.
So I don't remember what year it was exactly, but I don't know. It doesn't matter. But I was probably in my 30s, and I bought my first handgun just to have it, right? And then somebody said, "Well, you can play games with these," and I like playing games. So then then you go find out what it's about, and then like if I'm gonna play, I'm gonna find out how good I can be, right? Like,
Sure.
I don't know how good I can be, but I'm gonna find out. So then I did that for I don't know 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. And the reason I kind of backed out of that is it's just the expense, right?
Yeah.
Like ammunition costs. Like I don't know, for 2 seasons I shot like 20,000 rounds a year out of a 9mm handgun, right? Like it's expensive. So
Yeah.
so
It's a lot of wear and
just
tear.
buying all that stuff, and then once again, just like this, you got to practice, go compete.
Yeah.
You know.
It seems like every hobby that you pick up, you try to take it to its full extreme. Is there something in you that's like, if I'm picking something up, I have to see how far I can take it? What is it? It's the drive? It's
Yeah.
the curiosity? What is it?
It's just the only way I know how to do it.
Okay. Is it? Well, it's a testament to you because you've done them all competitively. And is there a reason you stop in each one? Obviously, you said the handguns is expense.
Yeah, the expense of that was it was just getting too much, right? And then
Sure.
that's kind of an obscure sport to begin with, right? You go there and you compete against the same people over and over and over, right?
Yeah.
Like you can still, I still have all the stuff. I could pick it up and shoot a weekly match and go for fun or whatever. A local club, it'd be like going into your local place and playing pickleball, or go on the tournament thing and you could chase all the matches. Like, it's how far do you want to take it, right? Like, where is it fun for you?
Have you had to have that discussion with yourself? How far you want to take pickleball?
I mean, pickleball seems to me like unsolved, right?
Yeah.
Every
Still
other
developing.
thing I've done been around for a minute, so you kind of know, like in motocross, for example, it's just the facts that you don't start when you're young, and if you survive being young without getting hurt too bad, right?
Right.
Maybe you have a chance. Very slim, but
Yeah.
you have a chance, right? I never had a chance. I was too old, and my son, he was decent, but wasn't his,
Yeah.
he wasn't ever going to make any money at it. I mean, we could still go buy a bike today and start riding again, right? But
It seems like you have to have the real desire to do all that type of
are
thing.
you willing to trade,
Your life?
take the trade, right?
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah, it could be.
Is coaching like an actual team in your radar? Have you ever thought about wanting to do that possibly?
Like for pickleball?
Yeah. Like I'm not saying like coaching people at the park. I'm saying like
Yeah.
coaching like an MLP team or something like
Yeah, I
that.
mean, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, it would be fun. I would like it, but I'm not sure I'm even qualified to do that. Right? Like,
I mean, you're the most qualified person I know.
I am gonna get. So Brandon, the 20 by 44 owner, you met him this weekend. He has a CNPL team, which is Canadian pickleball, right? And they have a team, Windsor Drive, and so in October, I think it's October 3rd through the 5th, they have an event where I'm going. That's what I'm going for. I'm gonna go coach, right? I'm gonna be like the GM guy or whatever.
Sure.
They're gonna be short a person. That's Brandon's normal job, so Brandon has to replace the player that's not gonna make it,
Okay.
and then
You're
I will
taking
be
his
in the
spot in the coach.
right? So Evan's on the team. I know Brandon's wife Lexi's on the team, so I know those two. The other two I don't know. And I'll have to
Be a
do
unique
some quick
experience.
learning, right?
Right.
But if you just have another set of eyes, see things while you're on the court, it helps.
What are like obviously you were watching my match, which we ended up beating. Dylan, sorry. He did give me advice. It was good advice. What are you looking like if you're trying to help somebody? What are you specifically looking for on the other? Well, I'll ask that twice. Are you looking at something that your person you're watching or the other team? Are you watching both?
Like during
Like
a match,
when you were watching me, were you watching me or were you watching the opponents? Like trying to find the
both.
small hole.
It's a combination. Like I know Rob, so I kind of knew what he's gonna do, right? And then I know you and Isaac, so I can give you advice as to like, and it's never gonna be 100%, right? You have to put the ball. I always say you have to do the right thing over and over and over, and if you do it enough times, you're gonna be on the right end of it.
Right. Which in your
Everybody wants to hit the hero shot, right?
yeah. Yeah, which it was basically what you told me. I was doing way too much when I could just hit the ball over. It's essentially you're waiting for the other team to make a mistake and you bounce on that, which happens.
Basically, in my eyes, until you get to maybe even like where I'm at or higher, you can just as long as they can't hit the ball out of the air, what are they going to do with it?
Right.
They're not doing anything with it,
Yeah.
especially if you hit it to their backhand, right? Like, how many people are going to hurt you with their backhand?
Yeah.
Very few, right? Like, there's select few. And
probably without you even knowing, people around here have started to, like I when I first started playing you, I would try to hit the hero shot, and you would walk back to the line and you would say ambitious. Now you've got people at Toledo Pickles saying that when you're not even around. And it's so true because you have no business trying to hit that shot.
Yeah.
And it is so ambitious. It always goes into the net or it flies away. Is it something that you've had to train yourself to do, is just get it back over the net, put it in play?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's the non-volley zone, but the kitchen in pickleball, that's what it's there for, is right? You see, it's the equalizer. It's why you don't have to be like some great athlete to play pickleball,
right?
Because you can't touch it, you can't walk in there, right? So I can make it bounce, hit it, and it doesn't bounce over the net. So if it bounces and you attack me, you hit up. For you to hit up and keep it in the court with any kind of pace that I can't do anything with, very difficult, right? Not easy.
Yeah. So like you have this advantage of being able to come out and be composed because you've played a ton of tournaments at the highest level of senior pro that you can, I think, right? Essentially. And then you have people coming to these tournaments that I will refer to them. I'll even consider this myself. I'll say, like, it's almost like your local park heroes. Like they'll win every game in rec, but when it comes to tournaments, there's just something missing. What is missing from your local park heroes to being pro? Like, is there one thing or is it a majority of things that you usually see?
Just the basics, right? Like, no different than when I play somebody that's better than me. There's somebody that will beat them too, right? But they just do everything better, right? Like the other day we played, right? We played at Toledo Pickle with Truett, right?
Mhm.
And Truett has an amazing drive, right? When we played him, when you and I were partners, how many of those did he hit, right?
Like 2. Exactly. Yeah, which was
It's because we
nice.
took it away from him, right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
it can be done. You just have to know how to dissect it, right?
Right.
And then of course you have to execute. Not easy.
That's probably the biggest deal from your local park heroes. That's they might have it in their head. It's just
Sure.
the execution or the time to actually execute those
And then-
things aren't there.
And then if you're clearly like say a higher skill level than the person across from you, you can just run them over, right? You don't
Right.
need to do anything. Just blast it.
It's
That's
over.
what most people do, right?
Sure.
You blast away. 90% of those balls are going out.
Mhm.
People just want to hit them.
Yeah. The out balls.
But-
I've told people many times that the thing I'm working on most is not saving people hitting out balls.
Yeah.
But it's so the higher skill you go, balls are coming a lot
Mhm.
faster. It's hard to decide in that split second that ball's going out.
Yeah. It's like, let's say I go to a park and play with, 3-5-4-0 players or whatever. I'm going to be hitting a ton of overheads. You're going to get a bunch of shots or just setups, right?
Yeah.
If I go to a tournament, I'm playing 5-7 and a 5-9. I'm probably not even going to hit one overhead, right? I'm
Right.
never getting that opportunity
That's actually a good point.
because they know that you can't give someone that opportunity.
No.
If I do, it's because I caused it by hitting previous shot and they just started in desperation, right?
It does seem like the higher level, you have to earn your points instead
Oh,
of your points
100%.
just given to you.
100%.
That's like even this past Sunday, it seemed like a lot. It depends the game that you watch. Obviously, a lot of
Mhm.
points can still be given at high level games, but
Sure.
you're earning a bunch of long points, and you're
Yeah.
playing matches 2 out of 3 points that are two. I think games were 2-11. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but it seems like the matches just keep getting longer and longer.
Right.
At least for Isaac and I, it could have been a different experience for you. But when you played Parker and his partner, it seemed like you earned a ton of your points instead of just gimmies.
Yeah. Well, once again, like you're setting all that up, right?
Right.
Like we're hitting a ball to a certain location to get a result that we're looking for, right?
Yeah.
I know what Parker wants to do, and he knows what I want to do. Who can execute it the best, right? Because we know each other. But it's just I try to look at it as like don't ever try to end the rally. Try to set up the next shot, and eventually it will just be over.
That mindset is hard to grasp. Well, it's not hard to grasp. It's hard to execute because you want to hit the hero shot.
Yeah.
Especially in tournaments, you want the point to be over. You want to walk back to the line, being up one more point than the last. And honestly, when you said that, I was thinking, gosh, how many times did I do that at this last tournament? We played Dom and Brandon, which Brandon's just so cool, calm, and collected.
Mhm.
He would hit a small pop up that he could probably return our overhead anyway because he's a solid player. But you swing too early, you swing too late. But it's like just put it in play one more time to set up the next play.
Right.
It's hard to grasp as a rec player. Like
Yeah. Well, most people when they're in trouble and they're off balance, they go for the shot. They go for it, right? That's when you should not ever go for it. Right? You should just put it in play, start it over, get it back to 50-50,
Yeah.
and then try to earn the shot, right?
That's probably what separates most people is patience. Actually, is a good way to describe it. I want you to be able to give us a chance. Tell us about 2044. What this is your second paddle that's coming out. I played with your first one. Haven't got the second one yet. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, 20x44 is a company out of Michigan, right? It's Brandon Contrado, and their goal is to like make a paddle or a good paddle that's affordable, right? And we all know how much paddles cost.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, they all cost the same when the company buys them, right? They're really close. So
Very true.
they just have to pay players and so on and so forth, right? And the overhead, drives the price up. I don't play them because Brandon's my friend or whatever. I honestly like the last paddle. I mean, I played that paddle for I think 16 straight months. Not the same paddle, but
Right, yeah.
that model, right?
Yeah.
And
It's a great paddle. I
until
played it.
now, everybody has these power paddles, right?
Yeah.
And so this model is basically that's what this is stepped up to, right? It's like the Gen 3 construction, right? It's got the more foam than
It's a
Gen
bit
2.
different now.
Yeah, it's more geared towards power, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's out of control power, right? It's
Mhm.
still linear power curve. It doesn't give you anything you don't ask of it, but
Yeah,
you ask it to go, it
it'll
has
do it.
decent power.
Um,
It's not the most powerful paddle. There's other ones with more power, but I think it's a good balance, to be honest. And that's Brandon he had prototypes and we got to test them, and basically he lets me pick it and has them made.
yeah, and you can kind of speak for Brandon on this. Is he trying to keep the paddles, like obviously Will Black has his paddle out. That's by 2044. He has his own paddle, I'm pretty sure. And then yours, are you guys the only 3 signature paddles they have right now?
Well, Brandon's initials are on his, right?
Yes, I think.
Evan that you met this weekend, the guy I played with, he has a paddle, but it's not. He just had the prototype.
Okay,
right?
is that what he was playing with?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. I didn't have
Similar
any
to that,
face.
It's the hybrid shape, right? The
Okay.
rounded top.
Yeah.
Um,
Is he
it's just
trying to
what
keep
Evan
it
likes.
local when it comes to the signature
Pretty
paddles?
Pretty much. He's had a few other players but they just didn't stick around, right, for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
chasing the next hot paddle or whatever.
Sure.
But me personally, I would rather. I mean, it makes sense to me. Like, I don't want to badmouth any company, but I've had every paddle you can think of, right? You name it, I've bought them all, I've tried them all.
Yeah.
And
They're all the same at the end of the day.
spend $250, $300 on a paddle. How long does it honestly last, right?
Right.
I mean, it depends on what you're asking of it, right?
Yeah.
If you play once a week, it lasts you a long time. But I always tell people, or when somebody asks me how long a paddle lasts, I say, well, how long does your shoes last? So
Sure.
if you wear out a pair of shoes in 3 weeks, well, played a lot of pickleball, right?
Yeah.
The paddle's probably hurt, right? Like, it's not maybe hurt structurally, but grit's got to be hurt, right? If you had a way to test the RPMs, it's going to be different. I
Right.
mean, if that doesn't matter to you, or you don't realize it, or it doesn't affect you playing it. I mean, but I would rather, like, if you're paying full retail for that paddle, I can buy 2 of those for sure for the price of one, high price one.
Right.
So if I'm going to go play tournaments, I already have all these other costs. I'm not going to the tournament with one paddle,
Right.
I need at least 2. Right?
Yep.
So now I can buy 4 for the price of 2. You get twice as many. And I can.
This is 100 for yours, or is
We
it a
sell
little
them
more?
in person 100. They're 129 online or
Okay.
whatever, but we normally sell them for $100 in person.
So if you're local, come to Jim.
Yeah.
Obviously, Aaron Yost always buys your paddles. Like whenever you come out with a new one, he's first in line for some reason. It's funny.
It's honestly a good paddle. I wouldn't use it. I would buy whatever paddle. It's not that I can't buy any paddle I want.
Right.
It's just good paddle.
Yeah, I used your first edition for the whole MLP season.
Yeah.
I think I by the end of it, if you look at the first and second place team pictures for Black's Barn, I think all but one person was using
he was on
your
my team,
paddle,
too.
and it was Mike Rayner, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I think he was using that. Yes, exactly, and whatever. He hits hard with it. Good for him.
Yeah, I mean, once again, some of these companies, they're selling paddles, and unless your paddle gets tested at a pro event, you don't even know if it's broke. 99% of the people, right? And I don't want to call it. I guess it is broke, but some people call it breaking in, but I call it breaking, right? It's plastic and foam and plastic.
Yeah.
So, in good conscience, how can I sell you something I know is breaking every time you hit the ball?
Right.
And it's cool because it hits it harder and harder and harder and
Right.
harder.
Yeah, it becomes
Technically,
delaminated.
it's not even legal.
Right.
Like, it's not passing any tests.
Which the mod.
I've seen guys ruin 2 paddles in a day.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, if you pick somebody that hits the ball hard, they can crush a paddle in a few hours, right?
Wow.
Some of the former paddles, right? They're
Right.
getting better.
Yeah.
They're getting better and better. And now they have foam and all this other.
Yeah.
You can talk about paddles for a month straight, right?
Exactly.
It just goes on and on, but.
This one has the foam in it now, right?
Yeah, on the edges. It's still a honeycomb core, right? But it has foam around the edges, so it's not a full foam like a carbon or one
Right.
of those. It's constructed like a Viola or a Proton or whatever. Like,
And as we're coming to a close, you can obviously find these on 2044's site, right? I
Yep.
think they have Instagram too. I don't know. I don't follow 20. Oh, they do. They do have Instagram. I think they have the link for all those. $100 in person. So try to find that deal rather than 129 online.
and they have different models too, right? That's not the only one you can get. I still have the original ones that I had, like a Gen 2 construction. Then we have Will's paddle, of course. I have some of those, and then I have 14 millimeter ones.
So
There's
you
different
carry
ones.
all of them with
Yeah,
you.
there's different ones for different people, right?
Okay,
Not
right.
everybody's gonna like the same paddle.
Right. And honestly, your first edition, I'm sure with this one, a beginner could play with it all the way
Oh,
up to
100%.
obviously you're playing with it. It's got soft enough touch, but good enough power to get it over the net, which is
for
a
sure.
big deal. Yeah, 2044 has always been solid. I had the purple 14
Yep.
right before the one I have now. Obviously going to give this one a try here soon. Aaron's going to let me borrow it. I'm sure. Yeah, any closing thoughts? Have this be your closing thought if you can. If someone's trying to go pro at any age, give us your most inspirable advice you can give them.
Well, not only I don't know necessarily if it would be for just going pro, but how about your expectations need to be in line with your participation level.
Sure.
So if you're only going to play 3 times a week and you're not going to drill or whatever, or go to the gym or any of that, you're probably delusional thinking you're going to be a pro, right? It's just it's like an insult to somebody who does all that. Right? But number one goal is to have fun, right? Like, if you're not having fun, then you're wasting your time.
Right.
Yeah. Have you ever like how many people were having fun at the tournament this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's fun, but it's a little more serious. But if you go to the rec thing, everyone's laughing and carrying on and making fun of each other, and I mean, really, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. So as soon as the fun comes out of it, you think the spark for going pro is kind of gone.
Yeah. I mean,
Can
if you
someone
don't
take the
enjoy
sport too seriously?
It'd be like if you had a job that you hate, like,
Yeah.
you're not going to want to go there every day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah. So it really just.
I mean, what's pro mean? It's your job, right?
Yeah.
Technically, that's what it means. I mean, people use it out of context. I think it's thrown around pretty lightheartedly, right?
Yeah.
The word pro, but it is a division, and it's the highest level. It's up to you. What are you willing to trade for it?
You've got to trade a lot to become an actual signed pro. It seems
like
high level.
I would be willing to bet a large sum that no one has spent so far hours and the time that I have in this area, right?
Right.
So,
That's very true.
There's a few guys that do a lot of work, right? But for the most part, most people are more leisure about it, right?
Yeah. Not only do you need time and dedication to it, you already need a good amount of money to send yourself to be pro as well. It's a lot harder than a lot of people think. It's harder to make money as a pro.
Oh yeah.
Than a lot of people think. Because I would watch pickleball TV. I'd be like the number 64 seed. I'm thinking that's all this guy does is play pickleball. He doesn't have to go to work, and it's just not true. Like I forget who it is, but the player, he's a lawyer and is a pro pickleball player, but is not getting paid that much to be a pickleball player. He just does it because he's good at it.
I mean, I don't think people realize how good that those players are. Like,
is it just so much different than what we see here?
Oh yeah, there's a handful of guys in Michigan that are above 6-0, right? Like, getting that. Yeah, that's elite territory, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even in the NPL with senior pro, we have guys right at 6-0, and when you play them, totally different, right? Like, I've been the guy in the court that getting picked on the whole time, right? And it's humbling, basically.
Yeah. So another thought that I had was, like, you have obviously you have your friends that are 6.0, and they're not even PPA pro, correct? I'd assume,
Well,
or somewhat or lower end.
I know Sam Khalid plays like challengers. He's right up. He's like a high 5'8", something like that. Then you got Mariano Yee, Ian Yee. They're from Michigan. Mariano Yee made the finals in APP in a singles tournament.
Okay.
He got beat in the finals, but he made it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you played him right now, you'd be like, how can anybody beat
Right.
this guy, right? But
Well,
that's how good all those players are.
I think there's a lot of people. It's not. I won't even call it delusion, but it's somewhat, because I had it for some time. I was at the time 4.1. I'm 4.5 now, working my way up. That are sitting there like, there's not much difference between me and the 6.7 playing in the PPA. And then I went to Beer City, and I'm like, there's a lot different than.
There is a lot different, but it's not that you can't achieve it. You gotta sacrifice something for it.
Time. It's your time and money,
Mhm.
which a lot of people don't have. Well, personally, don't have a lot of time to go and do that now.
There's a saying: you can run out of talent and you can run out of time, or you can run out of both.
Yeah,
right?
well, I'm running out of time, I think. I won't say I'm running out of talent yet.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, just like when you asked me earlier, I just want to find out how good I can be. Right?
Sure.
There's going to be a limit because your physical and your natural ability are right.
Right.
But that's what's awesome about pickleball. It brings everybody a little closer.
Yeah. The community of pickleball is pretty good, and then obviously the higher you go, it's more knit. It seems like the elites there are with the elites essentially.
Yeah, but no different than the first time you went to the park, right? You go to the park the first time, you don't know anybody. Maybe somebody snubbed you. The guy who brought you in or whatever. You got to be that guy at each.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It is interesting how you have to work up the totem pole in pickleball. It's pretty neat to watch.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
cool
we've
to.
all experienced. Anybody who plays has experienced
Oh yeah.
it.
Yeah. You feel a little bit sad and happy all at once.
But also, you could go to, like, I was in Cincinnati for work. Nobody knows me there, right? So I go to the park. Say, hey, how's this work? 2 hours later, you got 10 new friends, right?
Like, hey, we should play more often.
Works, right?
Yeah, it is pretty neat. It's the guys that won this past tournament. They just followed this page to listen to the podcast. So I'm like, you just never know who you're gonna run into. It's pretty neat.
Yeah.
But thanks, Jim, for coming on. Thanks for sharing us
Thanks for having me.
the harsh realities of going pro. You can find his paddle on 20x44 site. We'll post that link in the Instagram and YouTube video. I'm sure we'll have Jim on again. He's our local and only pro right now. Hopefully not for long. We hope players around us can really push the threshold of being pro. We push for local players as much as we can. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.